Do it.
You are, in fact, watching The Dorkening.
You're watching The Dorkening. Stay tuned.
For all the geek news everywhere. Dorkening.
And this is The Dorkening. Trust me, I'm smarter than these guys.
Because the Dorkening is the best and most educational entertainment and information source that the Trauma Team knows of. It's the best. The Dorkening.
Hey, welcome to Splash Pages, powered by the Dorkening Podcast Network. My name's Leo. I'm the monkey behind the keyboard here, and we have an awesome show scheduled for today. But as always, the Velvet Joker, how's it going, bud?
It's going great. How's everyone doing tonight? Excited to be here. Marvel 1985. Slept on, Millar. It's all a universe that we're going to explore tonight.
Does he know about that?
Who knows about that?
That you slept on Millar.
We were talking while you were behind the scenes, Leo. Why are you interrupting my intro? So rude.
What a dick.
Master Drew, how's it going?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just preoccupied with 1985. Move on.
Jar Jar. Can't hear you, bud.
Hey, welcome to Splash Pages. I put that up before because I was talking. I didn't want you to hear me.
I'm sorry. I would like, excuse me, sir. I would like a large fry and a cheeseburger and a milkshake to go. Thank you. Hey, okay. You know what? Never again.
Do you want to upsize that for an extra job? I don't know. I ruined.
You know what? I would like to punch-size your face for free.
Oh,
Super Troopers reference. Hashtag y'all.
I like that.
I know it's like totally off topic, but
I got to hang out with Rabbit, by the way. Super Troopers.
Nice.
From
We'll
Rabbit
get to
from
that in a
Super
minute.
Troopers.
Eminem, Rabbit.
No, the dude that's missing a leg.
I didn't realize Larry Kenny's daughter is on that.
Who?
Yeah.
What are we talking about? I'm so
Okay.
confused. What
Yeah,
the hell is going on?
Rich, I did that thing where I made a reference and then it just rabbit holed. So yeah, I've got that power. All right. So hi guys. How you doing today?
Great.
Anybody like Community? No.
Yeah, I love Community.
Come on.
Random.
Come on, son.
Yeah. I don't think that was random.
So well listen, Rich, he's had a rough day. Okay,
What do you
we'll
mean
give
he's had
him
a
a little
rough day?
zaniness.
I think he might have had a great day.
Well, a great rough day.
The sun comes up on another day.
The sun will come out tomorrow. Jeremy is free tomorrow. Come what may.
I think like 11 a.m.
I think the drugs
tomorrow.
just kicked in.
11 a.m. tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Morning.
That's my peak
I'll be
caffeine. Thank you.
a brand new man.
Awesome.
Don't worry, Rich. We can talk you down. The sun's coming down real low.
All right. But congratulations to Jar Jar Jeremy. Woohoo! Look at that. Phantom Harley.
Yeah, wow. That was wonderful.
That was impressive. I was like, damn, that sounds like it's in my house.
Surround sound.
I know. I didn't realize Leo had that in the budget.
Oh, yeah.
Applause.
He's got a few girls locked under the table.
Oh, geez.
They don't call it Freaky Friday for nothing. I mean, what? Moving
that
on.
Perma Smile's not for nothing, buddy.
Hey, special announcement we talked a little bit about yesterday, but it's official. We're going to be at Terrificon.
Whoop whoop.
Yeah. So for everybody watching,
what do you mean? What are we going to be doing at Terrificon, Leo?
We're going to have a booth there and doing some interviews and just getting our dork flag on.
Nice, spreading the word.
Oh, yeah.
All 3 days.
You're saying hello.
I mean, what?
Nice.
No.
Nice. I was looking at hotel rooms last night. I'm agonizing, trying to figure out. I need a couple days. I'll have it locked down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking for one myself, but I think, funny enough, Rich, I might be rooming with Kevin. So because I told him Garth Ennis is going to be there, and I think he's dying to take a photo with him as Homelander, especially because the boy is out. So
for me, I'm on the fence. It depends if Harley is going or not. I guess we're hashing that out over the next couple of days, because if she's not going, I'm just going to get one night in a hotel and beg Leo to crash on his couch the other night. And but if I go with her, then I will have to get both nights. So we'll see.
That's fair.
We'll see if I'll open the wallet or I'll be super cheap. We'll see, one way or another. I'm going to be there, and I'm going to hug Jeremy.
Oh yeah.
We're getting
it's funny.
Bro hug.
It was funny because I was thinking about that. I was like, this is the first time I'm actually going to get to meet some of you, because the only one I've met in person is Rick. I've never met Leo. I've never met Jeremy. And then it's funny enough, I don't know if you get Dr. Chris is going to be there too. So nice. I was like, wow, my beginner set of all the Dorkening, I was like, man, we get Justin, Brandon, a couple of others. This is like an old Marvel retreat.
Are we gonna do a show on the spot there? That should be fun.
As long as so I couldn't get power. That was an extra added amount. Actually, it wasn't even on the order form. So
what?
Who's got it?
We're gonna steal power.
Oh.
I'm gonna bring an extension cord, like crazy extension with the jacks and everything, like a reel. Like we'll hook up to one of our friends and steal some power. I'm sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Or somebody who has power and just be like, "Yo, I got $5. Hook us up for a little bit."
Yeah, there we go. I have the laptop, so we can go live for a little while. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Did you say you have $5? What year is
$5.
$5? Come on, Jeremy.
$5.
Do they make $5 bills anymore?
$5 footlong.
I give you one
Right.
Bitcoin.
No.
I got one
It's
Bitcoin
like
in my
it's
pocket.
1985.
Bitcoin is Shiba. Shiba.
I got a bit of coin in my pocket. Just a bit of coin.
I thought
Bitcoin.
it was Dogecoin now, isn't it?
Okay.
I don't even know.
Did that all fail? Didn't that whole market fall apart?
The whole Bitcoin, the whole cryptocurrency, like failed. Like I don't want to tell you what my high was and what my low is now.
Is it depressing?
Well, what's more important? What was the actual? How much money did you actually put in?
Oh, well, so not a ton. So I invested in Dogecoin, and that exploded. I sold into that, and then I put that into Shiba. So all in all, I have probably maybe 500 in it.
Okay.
Okay.
The high was 10,000.
Okay.
It's down to 1,300.
You're still at a plus.
Yeah, you're still up, man.
Yes,
You're
yes.
still up.
Still up a little
You
bit.
still, win
Now,
some, lose some.
what's your bail point, Leo? What's your thinking? What's your bail point? Like, if it went down to 1,000, would you bail? If it went down to 700, would you bail? What's your bail point?
I'm gonna hold.
According to the people, they say don't give up yet.
Yeah.
Hold and hold and hold. Even if it goes below, start buying up more if it goes below.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Hey.
There are more Atari games out there.
I don't have any, so I don't know. But
yeah, it like
it's what I hear.
Yeah. Shiba
I
is
always kick myself in the ass after.
well, I mean it's a fraction of a penny right now. Let's see what it is. Shiba is at.
Are all our fans falling asleep right now?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what are they doing tonight?
Shiva.
What's going on?
Okay, so hold on a second. So
it's Pride Month at DC. Look, I went to a comics. I'm not even supposed to have this yet. Hold on. Yeah, it's not Wednesday yet.
Oh no. DC comes out on Tuesdays now. Well,
does it?
Digital anyway.
Okay.
It's true.
Well, this is digital.
Yeah, it's digital. I see.
Wow.
It's a hologram.
That's a nice cover.
Yeah. I printed it off the interwebs.
That's a nice cover.
Just the cover.
Great job, Jeremy.
Speaking of
very lifelike.
Speaking of dreams, I have to talk about it because I'm actually really excited about it. Sandman.
Oh yeah,
that looks cool.
Sandman. It's so funny because when you realize how long they've been trying to make a Sandman movie, seeing it actually happening is huge.
Yeah, that trailer looks great.
It really does. And it's such an ambitious thing to try because, they say, again, let's be real here. Sandman helped really change comics and it kind of brought a serious maturity to them. I mean, that's one of the stuff that's actually considered more of a graphic novel because it's more literature told in art. So the fact that we're seeing it and it's critically lauded, it's amazing. I still feel a lot of people still don't know about it. Like a lot of the modern day fans do not know who Sandman is, but like us who, we've read some, we know. Jeremy, are you doing that because the drugs?
I'm with Leo on this one. No, I know of Sandman. Don't get me wrong. I know Neil Gaiman, or however people pronounce it.
That's right.
But I never read it. I'm one of those people that it wasn't. I was a kid at the time. I wanted kid stuff. Sandman was way too adult for me.
Well, it was Vertigo.
Also the way people talk about it seems like it's a very daunting read.
Yeah, it really does.
I think it's amazing. I'm a huge Gaiman fan. I'm actually surprised this was not his first TV attempt. But I'm super excited in seeing Morpheus, the character, in the gas mask, which is super classic.
I will say this, and I'm sure Rich would back me up in this. I definitely think one or two of the volumes, which are usually only about 4, maybe 6, 7 issues long, would definitely be required reading before the show comes out, which the announcement, I believe, said August, if I'm correct.
So actually,
Now-
so August 5th, the same day Prey comes out.
Prey looks
Right.
good.
So,
Wait, Drew, did we not do an episode of the first 4 issues of Sandman? I could have sworn we did.
no, we did. I'm sure we've.
I missed.
I mean,
that
trust me, I
episode.
would remember because
I've watched a lot.
But we definitely need to, because the first book is essentially what looks like be the basis for the movie series. I'm not really sure of it, but honestly, gentlemen, I will say to you, the first series is a little. It's Gaiman's still getting his footing, and he admitted it himself. There's little pieces in each of the first 4 issues that he liked. He said the last issue was when it really clicked for him. So there's definitely good things there that I think we would enjoy. But I mean, the series itself is going to be fantastic. Just looking through the trailer, and Rich I'm sure caught some of the really good details. Dream looks great. Everybody else, I'm really excited to see what characters show up.
And Drew, do you think the British woman, is that the female Constantine? That's what I was led to believe.
It could be. It could be. It's really hard to say. There's a lot of characters in Sandman, so sometimes it's really hard to keep track. But they're all wonderfully weird in a very dark, morose way.
Right.
It could be really.
And for Leo and Jeremy, the same universe is Lucifer and Constantine. So
Constantine, I know.
In DC.
Yeah.
So it's going to be.
Like nothing
I honestly
ever read ever contain anything with Sandman in it. Even like the Constantine stuff I've read.
It's very self-contained. There were small references here or there, but you really don't see too much of it. But listen, as I said before, we'll definitely add book 1 to the reading list.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely like for reading. Though I always am wary about reading a book before watching the show at this point, because
but honestly, Jeremy, I hear you, because I do agree sometimes it is better to go blind, because then you can appreciate the film, and then this might be a bit more necessary because you really will get an understanding of what the scope of the story is. Right. Yeah, it's a lot. It's pretty.
So I have 2 things real quick. One, I'm a little concerned because Netflix has been known to cancel series, before they finish. But 2, we have going for us. Maybe they'll introduce Peter Parker by the end of the series.
What is he talking about?
Oh no! This is Leo's attempt to add levity to the situation by fucking with us. So, 1,
Mephisto.
And 2, what is everybody? All Sandman fans, Vertigo, and whatnot. They have officially announced that the date will be August 5th this year. So stay tuned. I'm sure there'll be other trailers, because everyone likes more than one. Speaking of, the new Thor trailer just came out, which literally gave us 2 new scenes that we haven't seen. And personally speaking, I thought the coolest thing in that new trailer was that the background is literally an instrumental version of Lose Yourself, which I thought was pretty great. Not gonna lie. So
nice.
That's my 2 cents on that. You guys can talk.
I didn't see the new Thor trailer. I didn't realize there was a new one.
I couldn't find it.
Yeah, it came out like 2-3 days ago, and it wasn't a huge announcement because, like Drew said, there were only 2 new additional scenes, and they were not significant scenes. They were just different positions of the character. And I think Jane Foster landed differently, and they had a different angle on her. So,
well, I did see it was IMAX though, so they were talking about like you can see more,
You see the dimples on her face. Oh man, it's incredible. CGI and 4K HD.
Did you all see the Prey trailer? The full one
Yes.
dropped?
The new one?
Yes.
No,
The
I
Prey
did not.
trailer came out.
That looks dope.
Yeah. Holy
Wait, okay, because
Yeah.
I know they had showed the teaser because I know we talked about
Yeah,
that earlier.
now they got a full
But
trailer.
is it good?
This it seems to be following a female lead who is wanting to be a hunter in her own tribe and trying to prove herself. And
So he takes down a predator.
possibly.
Yeah.
Well,
it looks. Go ahead, Leo. Go
Oh
ahead.
yeah, no. So
Feel like I keep cutting you off.
no, not at all.
The guest last night was perfect. He's the only person I've ever known who knows that if I start talking, just to barrel over me. He's just like, I'm going to get out what I'm going to say, and that's it. I was just like, yes.
No, so the trailer it starts off with like a grizzly bear. The predator takes out a grizzly bear. We see him like fighting a tribe, and then they also bring in like the British Army.
Yeah, I don't even know what they were like. I was like, are those just like what do you call frontiersmen? Like they almost looked like they were just like dudes that were out in the woods for a long time.
Yeah, but it looks
And it's
kick-ass.
interesting it's interesting also because focusing on a female protagonist in the comics, I do believe there was a female human who was essentially deemed worthy of being included within the Predators. So that's not completely unheard of in the Predator comic lore.
It could go that way because if I'm sure the frontiersmen or whatever we see become the whatever we're trying to take down by the end.
Well, and it's funny because they had in the comics a lot more visits from the Predators to Earth, and it's just again like it makes sense. Why would they only be 2 times? They kind of consider Earth to be a hunting ground, so just because we nuked 2 of them doesn't mean that they would stop.
Yeah.
So
that's definitely check out the trailer. I mean, it really, she says she's not a hunter, she's a survivor. It shows some scenes that we're familiar with, like her hiding in the mud, developing some weapons, like a axe with a rope and stuff like that returns. It's looks really good.
So, director Todd Phillips announced that Joker 2 is confirmed.
Nice.
And yep, we've got a lot of people coming back, and Joaquin's coming back. And I honestly really wanted this to be a standalone, but since Todd Phillips is directing it again, I'm curious what he'll do with it.
I have to admit something. I've never seen Joker.
You either.
Oh, it's
Jeremy said he hasn't seen it either. Correct, Jeremy?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a little bit too dark for my own taste.
All right.
Like a little bit almost like hate to say the word, but like triggering trauma.
Okay, yeah, there is a lot of parental trauma in that one, and but I'd say it's one of Joaquin's best performances.
Oh yeah, I mean, and it's funny because I haven't seen much of it. I did see the scene with him and De Niro when he's in front of the audience, so I know that scene.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely a movie you need to watch multiple times because there's like after you watch it, there's a scene at the end and you're thinking, holy shit, wait a second, how much of this was real? You're
leading too much. You're leading too much.
Oh, okay.
I feel that Drew is a good enough nerd caliber that he could dissect that.
Okay.
So Leo, just so kind of like American Psycho in a way, where at the end,
more like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to spoil anything, but it just makes you think twice about certain aspects of the movie, Okay. And like all of us could have totally different, takes on what actually happened in the movie.
Hey, listen, I remember when it came out, we started seeing tons of them. I mean, that one scene in the Bronx became photo shoot central for people a while ago. I remember that. The steps in the Bronx, and it was just so funny because I was like, well, they've been here this whole time, but we make a movie and then away. But yeah, no problem. Although I will say, speaking of movies, I did finally see Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh, how was that?
I saw you raving about that. Yeah.
Yo, that again, I know it's still out, so I really don't want to spoil anything for everybody, but that has to be not only one of the best movies I've seen this year so far, but also one of the best movies I've seen that incorporates the multiverse.
Drew, does Short Round have a small part or a prominent part?
He's a very prominent part. He plays the actor who, for people who don't know who that is and kind of look at him, it's like, I feel like I know him. That's the actor who played Short Round in Temple of Doom and was also Data in the Goonies. So this is his first major role in almost 20 years. I mean, he did have a role in Encino Man. We got to give that credit. He plays Michelle Yeoh's, who's the main character, her husband in it. And he did all of his own stunts. So, which is pretty fantastic, considering this is his first lead role in almost 20 years. This man went in. The whole movie is just bonkers. There's a lot going on, but I felt that they weaved a lot of different stories, a lot of different messages, metaphors together in a fantastic way. And I'm not going to lie, the ending got me a little emotional. It was very poignant, weird, funny, emotional. It was great. Honestly, I thoroughly recommend that to anybody. And, it's not for everybody. So one of my coworkers, I was talking about it. She was like, I didn't get it. And I was just like, okay, you know what I mean? It happens. Some movies, just some people, they don't. And some they do.
I didn't realize, I read that was supposed to be a Jackie Chan movie.
Yes. So Jackie was, I believe, from what I remember reading, that Jackie was actually supposed to play the husband. Because Michelle Yeoh, remember, she had done Super Cop with him ages ago, back in the day. And I don't know if she was in Rumble in the Bronx. Either way, great movie. He was supposed to play the husband, but he turned it down. And then, they found someone else, which I think was kind of better. But it was just awesome because, when the movie came out, it's getting all these awards. Jackie is just like, oh, you did so great. It was so awesome. And she just couldn't help be like, yeah, you could have been in it, but you said no. And I was just like, you know what? Good for you. Like, the whole movie is just fantastic. And it's actually funny. Some of the scenes in it where you see her really glossed up at a premiere, really looking nice, I believe some of that was taken from her premiere at Crazy Rich Asians.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah. So, again, hands down, that was fantastic. I thoroughly recommend that to anybody. And big thank you to Leo, because that's the way I saw it. So, thank you, Leo.
Oh, you're welcome. There's another one available. And so that's out on VOD, and I'm pretty sure this is out on VOD now, or it's about to come out. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Nick Cage.
I'm so ready.
With Nick Cage and Mandalorian.
Yes,
Yeah.
I saw it at the theaters. It is an incredible movie, but it's out on VOD.
Nice.
Okay, Leo, speaking of movies in the theater, you saw Top Gun, right?
Yeah, Top Gun Wars. Star Gun.
That was it.
Anybody else see Top Gun?
No.
But
I did hear that Val Kilmer's son was the one who did his voice.
Really?
In the movie, because he can't really speak. He only has that little thing.
I heard that it wasn't. I heard it wasn't that. I heard that they used like 10 different machines to mimic his voice.
I heard it was Kevin Conroy.
Oh.
Can't always believe what you read. You never know.
Leo, what did you think of Top Gun?
Absolutely amazing movie. It's one of the rare instances where a sequel is either just as good or just a bit better than the original.
We've all seen the original, right? Everybody's seen the original, right?
Sure. To the danger zone. Yes.
So it deals with the repercussions of Tom Cruise, his character, only making it up to captain, not really wanting to, pursue a lengthier career, just staying where he's at, and he gets called to Top Gun to train because there's this impossible mission that needs to be done. It's they bring back some of the characters, they introduce some characters, definitely some newer ones. There's obviously the new Top Gun recruits that are like the best of the best. We do get it's not a volleyball scene, but it's very similar.
Nope, definitely. There's definitely shirtlessness. They trained hard for that,
Tom Cruise. Oh my God. I looking at it, I don't know if they de-aged
shirtless.
the movie. Oh. Well, he was definitely shirtless. His scenes were like very like they stayed like from like the shoulder up,
the nipple up.
Yeah.
Well, Leo, he's got specialized soap that he gets from his church. It's made from the blood of babies.
Yes.
Okay.
It's true.
And what it like takes out like the ghost from the volcano, right? Is that how it works?
Absolutely.
Oh God.
Aren't they behind the asteroid? Oh, hold on. That was the other church.
Well, point being is this is not going to spoil it, but it's certain points of it. I could tell they definitely wanted to use it as a selling point for the Navy, but it's like some marketer was going like, okay, we have this, movie from the 80s. How are we going to get kids excited about it? Young people excited about it. Hey, let's throw in Star Wars, So it's basically, there's some scenes that I swear were taken right from Star Wars.
Who's his father?
No. More
is
like
Val Kilmer his father? Nice man.
Also,
more like this.
Speaking of Top Gun, I don't know if you guys know this, but there is a rule. There's a rule in the actual Top Gun school that if anybody references that movie and you get caught, it's a $5 fine.
Really? Oh. Well, they probably got many fines on this, but like there's an actual trench run. At the end of the trench run, his targeting computer, his laser guidance system is off. Well,
use the force.
Instead of use the force, it's
talk to me, Goose.
Exactly. Talk to me, Goose.
Christ.
Yeah, talk to me, Goose, and don't think, just do. Instead of use the force.
Do or do not. There is no try.
But fabulous movie.
It sounds
really,
fun.
Really well done. It honestly,
everybody
guys,
who's gone to it that I've talked to has loved it.
Yeah.
Whether you go in theaters or you wait till it's on like demand or whatever, it's worth it. I will say that it really is worth it.
So you saw it, Drew?
Oh yeah, nice. I saw it. My girlfriend's her mom, her husband. It was his birthday. He's a big Tom Cruise fan. So that's what I wanted to see, and we saw it in IMAX. So I literally
jumped on the couch.
No, there's no jump on the couch, but I definitely felt anytime that those jets turned on, I felt I was literally right behind them. Like I would just come on like.
It is impressive that he was actually flying one of those things. Like that indeed is an impressive feat to be able to
also
deal with
gentlemen,
the G's.
I need to talk about something else. Did anyone else see the first 3 episodes of The Boys?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it was incredible. That first episode, we were sitting down to dinner. We were like, oh boy.
I haven't found time. I've been very, very busy.
Okay, Jeremy, I need to
Thursday.
Jeremy,
I'm like all day, all by myself.
Jeremy,
Nobody was looking.
Jeremy, I need to stress this. The first 15 minutes, and Leo and Rich can back me up on this. The first 15 minutes literally set the precedence for how batshit crazy this season is. Like,
yeah.
the first 15 minutes, I was like, okay, they're back. Okay, they're back. We're doing this. We're going in.
Good.
I just have to say that that Homelander, when he's talking to Starlight, talking about like he'll take out the satellites and then lists what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit, was that dark? And the way he lists it, he's been thinking about it for a while. Like, how easy would it be?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go for it. Go for it.
The thing is, what I like is that, and it's funny because I was talking about this with Angie, is that I feel like we're finally at the point in the comics where it's abundantly clear to everybody that Homelander is losing his shit. And I'm with it because we're on the third season. I really think that this show.
How could she have done that on my birthday, Drew? On my birthday.
Hey, listen.
I know, Jeremy, it's not ruining anything for you, and it's giving a great reference for the people that have seen it.
Yeah.
Indeed, but honestly,
you people
this show, it's just so good. And can I just say, I love, like, right now, one of my favorite pairings is still Frenchie and the female. Like, thoroughly love them together, especially now that Enough Time's Passed, he knows sign. So the communication, I was like, oh, this is so cute. And then, but I will also say this, by the way, I seem to recall, if it's not today, it's this week. It was Carl Urban's birthday, and hands down, nobody else can do Butcher as well as that man. Oh God, he is just fantastic.
Yeah. Seth Rogen knocking it out of the park again, producing this. He did this, he did Preacher. He's running through the comic gambit,
and he was on last week's episode of Obi-Wan.
Friggin' traitor!
What, my freaking dog?
I just love the Empire.
Wait, who?
Seth Rogen.
Oh, it's another throw off, Drew. It's a plan.
Sorry, take you on a rabbit hole.
Just real quick, the octopus scenes, both of them are completely fucked up.
Yeah.
In the boys, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Whoa. We don't say anything more. He's got to.
No, that's all I'm saying. Just both octopus scenes were fucked up. That's all.
I'm not really a hentai kind of person.
Leo, do you remember what happened season 1 with the dolphin? Come on.
Oh yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like
was
this show, like,
that was.
And that's the thing I love about the boys. Was two things. One, they are not afraid to go there. Like, they're about Amazon, they can go in, and I love it because I'm like, thank you. And
that's why I'm really excited to see some other shows come out by Amazon.
And two, we need this show. We really do. In this world of the domination of DC and Marvel, we need this show to remind us what the fuck would really happen if people had superpowers. And I've said this before. A lot of people talk some bullshit. They're like, oh, I would do this, I would do that. I was like, bitch, please. If you had superpowers, you'd be the biggest asshole. Like, so many people would just treat the world like a free-for-all, So, we need that. And it's kind of funny because you got, the boys are that secret police. When people go too far, they're the ones who put them back in line. It was like, no, we're going to give a little fear in you. And
now in other great new shows I've been watching is The Offer, which is I mentioned last week. You've been watching it, Leo?
Yeah.
Which is about the making of The Godfather. And Terrificon just announced Dan Fogler.
I was gonna
do Francis Ford Coppola in The Offer, and who was in
Oh my God,
Beast.
I was gonna do that on you. I thought you were just gonna go on The Offer. I was gonna.
Oh my God, excited about seeing him because he was tremendous as Francis Ford Coppola. He was so passionate. I loved his character. It's not done yet, the series, but
I'm so excited.
We're getting close though.
Yeah.
I have to say this. I'm so excited that he's coming because I'm trying to figure out what I want him to sign because I loved him as Jacob. Fantastic Beasts is my favorite of the Harry Potter movies. I love him in Fanboys, okay? Because being a Star Wars fan, he's great. And I'm also a Goldbergs fan, so I love him as the uncle in the Goldbergs.
Yep.
You know,
I'm going to bring the copy of The Godfather.
Oh, there you go.
You know, and honestly, I would splurge to get that autograph because me and Ange, we both love Fantastic Beasts, and at some point in our relationship, we started being compared to Jacob and Queenie, and I was just like, oh man, it's just so great, seeing all that. But I saw that, I was like, fucking Mitch, just nailing it, like that to me. I was like, you know what, that like Leo, we talked about this. That's one of those where that's worth splurging.
Oh yeah. He was also recently on Walking Dead.
Yeah, and I mean the man has been everywhere.
Going.
Yeah.
We don't want to, Leo. I'm in German. We don't talk about it. Just let it gracefully die.
It's not gonna die.
Why won't they? Why won't they?
They've already announced spin-offs. Yeah.
Really? More?
Yeah.
Is Fear of the Walking Dead still going on?
Yeah.
No, I thought that it did it.
Yeah, and there's End of the World or something like that with the kids that's going. But the original Walking Dead, they're close. The final half of the last season starts, I think, in September. And then it's going to spin off to, I think Maggie and
that
baseball bat
whole thing is such a don't get me wrong, I followed the entire comic series up until the end, but now they're even redoing the comic series with color versions.
Oh yeah, yep.
I'm like, dude, enough.
Yeah, wasn't that the point? Is that it was in black and white, like Romero style? So that was
they're beating a dead horse with a baseball bat.
They really are. They're taking everything that was great out of this indie friggin' comic and being like, hey, let's mainstream the hell out of it. Let's turn it into a 90s comic. In fact, 20,000 #1 cover issues. Each year a new one comes out.
No. That's not accurate. There was no holographic covers. Okay. I've yet to see one holographic chrome.
That's next week's issue.
Nice.
Wait for it. I'm sure Kirkman's it's Kirkman, right? Yeah, I'm sure he's got it up his sleeve.
Did anyone see that James Gunn announced that he's got a secret project at DC that he's going to involve some of the characters that were in Peacemaker, some of the side characters?
I'm for this. I'm so for this.
I hope he takes over the whole Suicide Squad. If he takes over the whole DC side thing over there, that would be great. The guy, he knows what he's doing.
He's knocking it out of the park. Absolutely. And has everyone or has anyone yet watched the first half of Stranger Things season 4?
Only
I have not. So no spoilers.
It's good, but only 2 episodes.
Okay. Yeah. I just finished, and I guess there's going to be a break, and it's coming back in July.
Yeah, and it's such a weird split too. You have 7 episodes, and then the last 2, and I'm just like, wouldn't it have made more sense to do an even split?
And they're 2 hours, almost 2 hours each. The last 2 episodes.
Well, all the episodes are over an hour. All of them.
Oh wow.
Well, we have a lot of content. It was supposed to come out sooner, but the world stopped. So
could have just made Stranger Things the movie.
Mm-hmm. But I will say, I have finished it up to the midway break point now, and I've really enjoyed it. I wasn't sure where they were going at first. I wasn't sure if I was loving it or not. But now that I've seen all 7, I'm really enjoying it. It was a lot of fun.
I think for us, we're waiting to kind of finish up everything because there's so much happening show-wise that we're just trying to focus on. Right now we're already halfway through Kenobi. We're already started The Boys. There is such a thing as too many shows juggling on the plate. I mean, of course, for Leo, it's never enough.
Well,
but
speaking of never enough, tomorrow we get Miss Marvel.
I know. I
Well, I didn't
actually
know that
want to
was
watch that
starting
with
already.
my kid.
Yeah.
I didn't
I'm
even know
really
that was
excited to
starting
watch it
already.
with my kid.
I hate to say it for once, but I'm actually a minority. I kind of don't care. I
like it that it's a good kid character from Marvel that they're like pushing right now, because my kid could care less about all these adults like running around like in their problems. They don't. They're like,
Haven't they totally
that's not my
changed the
problem.
powers and sort of the backstory of the
Yeah,
character?
they did. They
Mhm.
changed the powers. I don't know about the backstory.
And like the first thing is, the one thing I will give credit to is I have been loving seeing the post that the actress who Kamala would dresses her for Halloween back in like 2013, 2014, which I think is super cute because I love hearing those stories because it really is a fan come true, you know? That's really I just don't like the changes. That's what really bugs me is the powers was one thing.
It is strange. I mean, I know they got Mr. Fantastic, but
yeah, it bothered me. And I don't know. Like again, I'm ready to be proven wrong if it turned out to be good, but this is one that I'm not really too excited about seeing just because one, I have mixed feelings about how they portray Captain Marvel in the MCU. That's number one. Two, I really don't like how some of the fans got about that. Like some of them got really toxic about it, and I did not need that. Because to me, when Captain Marvel came out, if you had any gripe about it, and to my mind, there's quite a few, you were looked at as, oh, excuse me, like, you know what, you don't want to see a woman superhero? And I'm like, no, have you read Captain Marvel? She's a great character, and her backstory is aces. Okay. I just like being able to express if I just wasn't feeling it, you know? And then three, Kamala is a great character, but it always depended on who wrote her. Like some writers wrote her as just nothing more than a fangirl in a costume with superpowers, you know, which is cute but get old, you know.
Yes,
someone
bye-bye.
agrees with me, or someone's hungry.
What baby?
My point being is, in the end, I'm not. This is the one Marvel one I'm somewhat lukewarm about. So if you guys tell me it's actually good, maybe I'll give it a shot. But I'm not dying to watch it mid premiere like others are.
We'll find out tomorrow. And I just wanted to add one thing. I mean, Jeremy, you said Mr. Fantastic. You mean Mr. Spaghetti?
Get out. Take your keyboard and your special effects and get the fuck out.
Wow. So we've talked almost an hour about like projects that are coming out. It is insane how many nerd projects are out right now.
Yeah, and we didn't even cover them all. Just real quick, a couple things. Black Adam.
Trailer, yeah, that's coming.
Trailer drops tomorrow.
That's what the end is. That July 4th weekend, or is that the end of July?
Is I had it written down. Where the hell is it?
I'm gonna need a second calendar.
Yeah, it comes out October 21st.
Oh, not till October.
Yeah, and they also announced today that Blade begins production early July for a Halloween 2023 release. Going to be filming in Atlanta.
Yes.
Yeah.
So pumped.
And a bunch of toys got announced today. McFarlane Toys released the first pick of the Black Adam 7-inch figure.
Nice.
Is it the same as the 7-inch figure that they're releasing with the I forget the line they're doing. I got bamboozled. They're doing two different lines for this something page punchers. And I bought the entire 3 3/4 set, and then the next day, get rid of that.
Hey, look, it's Jeremy, but it was also Jeremy. The multiverse is real.
Don't ever put that out. That was horrible. All right, but yeah, and the next day they came out with the same line, but in the 7-inch set that are all with articulation. I'm just like, you sons of bitches.
Yeah, I think he's going to have some replaceable heads. But yeah, so the first pick was released for McFarlane Toys. Also, Hasbro Pulse has released the you can pre-order the Marvel Legends Retro 375 collection. Check out that Spider-Man.
Wow,
that looks awesome.
That's a nice look at that. Look at that attention to detail Ditko Spider-Man. And that's wow, that is beautiful. I honestly, how much is that? Because I would kind of consider that. That's
$87.99.
What?
I don't know. I don't know if that's for the set or for each figure.
Oh, that's gotta be for all of them, right?
And how tall are those ones, Leo?
3.75.
Oh yeah,
they're tiny.
It's the set for $87.99.
Yeah, that can't be 87 for one.
Yeah, it's $87.99 for the set.
Okay. Okay. Oh man, I got really concerned.
Yeah, that was crazy for a second. I was like, "Whoa!"
Look at that. And
does
look
that
at
one
this,
glow? The coloring on her makes me think that she might glow in the dark.
Yeah,
that would be cool. And then look at that.
Check out that art.
That accurate Moon Knight.
Packaging on that is dope.
Man, you know this funny thing? You guarantee Steve Ditko still would have hated it.
Hated it.
There was
old
Shellhead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, did you see even that accurate Moon Knight? That was pretty great too.
Yeah, the Moon Knight actually has me kind of like I might get it.
Yeah, the Moon Knight looks really great. I feel like Joe St. Pierre would, he's a big Moon Knight fan, so I think he would definitely get that. He was recreating that Halloween issue he was telling us about.
Yeah.
Another person who would be a terrific con.
Terrific con.
And
spit up that interview.
Totally.
Jeremy. Jeremy.
And
what did I do?
You got to rub his leg a little bit.
Oh, my leg? Is that Popeye?
Yeah, Mezco is releasing a Popeye and
oh my god, is that Popeye versus the Blob or the Juggernaut?
Oxheart. No, from the movie.
What? Oh no, I know.
Yeah.
I don't remember that with Robin Williams.
Yeah. You remember the boxing ring?
No, I don't remember that part where he Oxheart.
Are you talking about the Robin Williams one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I think this is from the movie. Let's see.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, because we always release toys 40 years after the movie came out.
Oh hell yeah!
But that doesn't look like Robin Williams at all.
No.
I'd gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today.
He would gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger.
I love that movie. I try to get my kids to watch it with me, and boy, did I get no.
I'm sorry, Jeremy. Even as an adult, it's a hard sell.
Oh, I'm one of those people who love some of those really bad movies, and I knew that was a bad movie, but I loved it from the beginning.
Okay, so everyone, so if Jeremy invites you to movie night, the answer is just like Doc Brown told us: just say no.
Oh yeah.
He'd be like, "Hey everyone, let's watch Troll 2," and I was like,
"Let's watch the '70s version of Doctor Strange."
No.
I have to admit, I love the Popeye movie.
It's really
the what movie, Leo? I'm sorry. What movie is it called?
Popeye.
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 Popeye or Popeye.
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 Leo, there is no Popeye the movie. Okay.
Popeye. Popeye.
Thank you. Saying it way too fast. It was just like, oh, everyone, come see Popeye the movie, and I'm just like, Leo, if you need,
I mean, a real life olive oil, like.
Oh yeah.
In my heart.
That was one of the first movies I saw at the theater. It was that and Dragon Slayer, I think.
Oh, Dragon Slayer.
Wow. Olive oil in the Robin Williams movie?
Yeah.
Shelley Duvall.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Right. I guess she wasn't totally insane at that point from
No, Stanley Kubrick had yet to break her.
No, hadn't he broken her already? I thought he broke her already.
Oh, that probably broke her.
No, I think
which came first, the chicken.
Yeah, but oh wow. Okay, any
For
other
everybody else,
big
go
toys?
Marvel 1985.
So
Well, yeah, no, I can stop.
Leo, I'm sorry, I'm not going to let you live down Pot Pie the movie. So
Popeye. I did not say pot pie.
it
To
sounded
me,
like
it sounds like
you
he's
said
saying
Popeye.
like pup
Papa,
pie.
Papa.
Yeah, that or Popeye the
Pie.
movie. And I'm just like,
It's
Leo,
so fun to
take
He's
say
your
like
now.
Heidi the
therapy.
movie. He's living up on a mountain with his grandpa.
Yeah.
Papa, Papa.
Just real quick, I put together some figures, not figures, but some books for the poll list. Coming out actually today or tomorrow.
Oh, hold
Dark
on,
Crisis.
I have a whole list right here.
What were the books you picked there, Jar
Oh, I
Jar?
didn't pick them. This is
Okay.
everything from DC, Marvel, and Image.
Okay.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I just went through and picked a couple that I'm gonna pick up.
Everything's Batman, isn't it?
Only 7 of them.
That reminds me, one small thing. They are releasing I think it's 20-year hardcover edition of The Boys with a new cover that's drawn by Derek Robertson that looks that will homage the show. So definitely keep an eye on that. It's pretty good looking. I'm not gonna lie.
Nice. So Dark Crisis #1 comes out tomorrow.
Which cover are you getting, Leah? There's 9 of them.
There's 9 of them.
Is there really
9 covers?
I wasn't saying German. I was actually
Is there a
confused.
significance of the 9? Is it only going to be 9 issues?
No, there's 7 issues.
Oh, but hold on. I have the issue right here. I can pull up. They have the checklist at the end, and I'm actually excited. It's only like 20 issues.
Oh, hold on. You mean all the time?
20?
Yeah.
Only 20 times.
20. That's not too bad.
Yeah, but still too many.
Well, for the main thing, it's
23.
It's 7 issues. So there's only like 13 times. So 16 tie-ins.
Yeah. Let's see. For May, we had just
many.
Yeah. Well,
that is 16 tie-ins, Leo. That's like
that's 16 too many.
It's definitely a lot less than some previous. What was the last Batman one? But is
Killing Time?
No. Before that, I forgot.
Yeah, Joker War.
No, after that, it was like 40 something issues.
What, the Fear State?
Yeah,
All of them.
Way too long.
All of them.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, it seems like the rest of the DC isn't really partaking. Like Batman 124 comes out tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it's regular Batman. It's not, he hasn't died.
Batman's back in Gotham.
I know.
There's a prologue to Poison Ivy in that too.
Yeah. And Dark Knights of Steel comes out tomorrow as well. Jane Foster and the Mighty Thor #1. Kristen Stan gets his Kristen Stan, whatever, however you say his name. He's getting his own series that comes out tomorrow. And Fortnite Zero War starts tomorrow as well, where Spider-Man gets a new suit.
Okay.
Looks like the same suit to me.
Yeah, well, he's got the webbing on it again. It's like the Ditko thing.
Maybe they tease it in that. It showed like a recreating of
I know it.
Secret
I picked
Wars
it up.
#8.
Yeah, I picked it for one of the kids because they played, and it has like a download to get a Spider-Man skin. Maybe that's the thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the last page, and the suit doesn't look any different.
Okay, maybe it's like next issue that happens.
They did it with DC a year or so ago too,
Yeah,
Fortnite and stuff.
Batman. Yeah, that was actually a really good storyline.
Yeah,
It was shocking.
Shocking.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the Fortnite Batman crossover?
Yeah.
Yeah, it actually was surprisingly good. I was impressed. Like, I was like, okay, nice, okay.
Yeah.
So Marvel 1985.
Yes, Drew.
Leo, you're frozen.
We all what? We read something.
So this was your choice, Drew, right? Because none of us had
Yes,
read
it
this.
was.
What a choice
I'm sorry.
it was.
I'm sorry. I was kind of terrified. Leo was frozen mid laugh, and he just looked so maniacal. I was like, and he snapped. We're gonna die. Like I'm just half expecting the rest of the night will be just a jigsaw.
Let's play a game. This comic book had one limited edition cover. Find discrepancies before it's too late.
I'm like, oh no. Well, I'm doomed. Yes. So this was okay. I need to stress this. I do think that this is an unsung gem of Mark Millar's work. Now, a lot of people, Mark Millar, if you're not a comic fan, you might not know who he is. But if I throw out Wanted, Kick Ass, The Kingsman, you'll know who he is. But before he did all those Millar World titles and many other things that have yet to see the light of day with film, you had gems like this. And this was made during a time when he was still writing for Marvel. So as I was saying to the other guys here, Leo, this came out in 2008. At that time, Mark Millar was working 3 different things. He was working this, which is a small limited series. He was doing Old Man Logan, which, as you know, became like one of the biggest best-selling Wolverine story arcs in decades, much less of all time. And he was also doing his run of the Fantastic Four with Brian Hitch, his Ultimates collaborator. And this, I'm sorry, I really feel a lot of people kind of slept on this, and it's sad because I think it's one of his best work. The story is just genius. And it's also funny because personally, when I was rereading this again, I saw a lot of Stranger Things kind of parallels in it. Maybe it was just the 80s, the kids, all this stuff, an invasion from another world. I saw a lot of parallels to that, but it's just so good. I cannot say that enough. It is just so wonderful to read. And some part of me wished it was a little longer, but the other part of me then realized it's good enough at 6 issues. Like
it was odd because like as I got to issue 5, I'm like, I feel like there's so much to finish up here. How are we doing this in like 2 more issues? And by the time I got to issue 6, I was like, you know what? This is enough. This is where it should be.
So, and it's funny because I was doing some research about it, and Mark Millar, the writer, he did an article about, he did an interview with IGN, and he was talking about that he'd been like working on this idea for ages. He might have even had this idea when he was like a kid, and it's so crazy to think like, when he was like 11, he made his own little comic book and drew it. So he had this like bouncing around.
Never thought the Hulk would stink. Like
right?
that was the kid's just like, and he stinks.
I do have to ask you guys, like we've already talked about the story, but what did you guys think of the art, Tommy Lee Edwards?
See, at my first impression, I was thrown off, and I was like, I feel like I'm looking at an homage to somebody else's art. Like it felt reminiscent. And at first, by the time I got done with the first issue, I was like, wow, I'm not really as you guys had already, Rich and Leo, I think, had already finished, and they were like, "Oh, this was great." But I was like, I don't know. I don't know where this is going. I'm not feeling it yet. And I had seen the Mole Man or something in the, and I was like,
Right.
"Oh, this is kind of what we're doing." and but then as it kept going on, the art actually like really I feel like it's meant to make you feel like you're in the 80s. I don't know. It just
Yeah.
the style and everything fits so well.
It had Tommy Lee Edwards. I mean, he's done other things beyond this, but he's got a very rough style that to me felt very like Bill Sienkiewicz when he was working on New Mutants. It's a very rough, but still kind of oddly detailed.
Yeah,
grittiness.
like the covers are like beautiful.
Yeah.
You know what?
I thought the art was super varied because, like you said, like this picture of Electro is a nice, crisp, muscle definition, typical superhero things. And other things, it's so rough, like when he did the Hulk, but then like buildings and houses are super defined. So I really found the art to be very varied, and I'm surprised that it was just Tommy Lee Edwards alone doing it, and good for him for expanding in just one comic.
Well, you know what the art reminds me of, and I only just thought about this because of my recent obsession, but and this is perfect for the 80s, but it reminds me a lot of like Atari video game art.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Just bringing it back, eh, Leo?
Yeah.
But it's funny because I didn't know this because again, I was reading about this in the interview. Is that originally the book was supposed to be half art and then half actual photography. So he was inspired by like back in the 70s. You started to see Photoshop and photographs molding with comics. So, well, not the 70s, but like, around the 80s, you started seeing, I guess, more photogenic, referencey kind of things. So, so basically, Mark Millar had that vision. So what would have happened is that when you were in the Marvel world, it would have been art. So it would have been like Tommy Lee Edwards. But then when they were in the real world, it would have actually been real. Like, so kind of photograph style. Mm-hmm. And Mark customized his art to fit that. And you can tell it's because if you ever read Mark Millar's stuff, it's very intense, very text heavy, swearing up a storm and whatnot, which is funny because he actually doesn't curse in real life. But with this, he wanted to do something. He wanted to be like one of the first guys doing books like that. So he contacted photographers. And he was like, I have this idea. What do you guys think? The comic art would be, when the main character kid visits the Marvel universe, that would have been art. But everything else would have been like photograph panel stuff. And they actually were working on that for a while. They just ran into a lot of issues with that because, you're taking photograph of people in costume and you're competing with studios who have, professional Spider-Man or Fantastic Four. Like, how are you going to compete with that? And Mark definitely said that actually ended up looking a lot goofier. Like he said that the regular stuff, kids hanging out, the store, they said that was great. It looked really good. And it's actually funny because Jeremy, you brought up the Mole Man. They actually found a dwarf, a real life dwarf dressed as the mole. Like they asked him if he wouldn't mind dressing as the Mole Man, and he said yes. So, like there are and I believe if you're really interested in this, I believe the hardcover, which dropped in 2009, actually had some of the photography. Like for that angle included in it, and I'm like, wow, that's super crazy. And it said that Mark asked, like, how did you guys find these people? And they would just go around shopping malls and look for people who looked like Captain America or Thor, and they found this dwarf, and they're like, you know what, would you like to be Mole Man? And the guy was like, sure, why not? I'll be,
Yeah, you don't really have to act. You just have to pose.
pretty much. But they really went in. They did like 26 pages that were just photograph.
Anyone notice the sheriff is like Buford T. Justice?
Yeah.
You some bitch.
But the one thing I will say is the fact that this stuff was in the real world. I think that kind of made it. That added more to the creepiness of the villains.
I agree. Like, dude, if Galactus ever visited our world, like, dude,
we are
it's
so
over.
But
what are we gonna do? Shoot little pebbles at him?
Yeah,
I gotta say, Drew, this was amazing for me because this really took me back to childhood. Like, I totally, by like the third or fourth issue, I was like, I'm Toby, and I'm living this adventure. And listen, I came from a divorced family. And so this touched me, and I grew up with comic books. So this touched me. And what 10, 12-year-old kids fantasy that grew up in a divorced family and loving comics wouldn't want to have an interaction with the Marvel universe? This is like every kid's fantasy. Yeah. And the twist in the end makes it even more fun and dark for me.
Yeah. And it's funny because, Mark brought that up. He said that, he himself, his family, his family wasn't a family of divorce. Their parents were a little older. So he was like, I think the youngest of 6. A lot of his siblings were like far older, like 14 years older. But so he didn't really base it too much, but he based some of it on, people he knew and some families. But he said that he's noticed with, comic book fans like us, that there's this sense of, I think he put it, isolation. Like for him, he was the youngest. There was really no one else to play with because, most of his siblings were adults. They're not going to play with a kid. So he started reading and drawing comics. And then, a lot of single parent children, they do stuff like that. They'll read, they'll write, they'll draw, they'll, occupy their mind kind of as that escape. So he made that to be his archetype for Toby. And I think the funniest thing for me was you had the comic store, you had that typical old school fan who loves everything, and then you had and let's be real here, we've all been in that store where you have people and then you have that person who's like, oh, why don't you read this? Why don't you read something that advances it?
Man, that's too mainstream, man.
Yeah, exactly. He brought up Cerebus. He brought up
Love and Rockets.
Love and Rockets, which, don't get me wrong, they are amazing. And they definitely did advance the genre. Like today, let's be real here, fans would probably bring up Sandman, Watchmen, Preacher, books that were not DC Marvel. But back to my point, what I was making before, I got to be honest with you. I think the one scene that kind of stuck with me, and even reading it, I still got to chill. It was the MODOK controlling the people into the water. I don't know that. I got to be honest. I don't know if it was just. I think, and that's really more Tommy Lee Edwards. His imagery, that shit scared the fuck out of me.
Yep.
Well, that image is super dark. Leo had it on before. And even if MODOK wasn't there, it looks like this super dark painting of like cult members just walking into the water.
Yeah, and especially the one that the woman is holding a child. So I'm just like, what? But then when they're going in, you know what I mean, on the town, they're killing. And that's the thing you realize is that these are villains. They're not bound by comic book law. You know what I mean? So it's not just that they're killing real people. You see Bullseye killing people with a baton.
I just had it up. You had Wendigo walking with somebody's head in his hands.
Yeah.
Electro fried some people.
Yeah. You had all of them. It's just so crazy to think about. And let's just be real here. The kid traveling to the Marvel universe is every comic book fan's dream.
Oh yeah.
I did love the scene with Jarvis.
Adventures.
Yeah, that scene with Jarvis.
Sorry, Cap. Sorry, Cap.
Yeah. Like,
What? No,
are you
that
kidding?
is
And then being sent
that's
away to go
scandal.
talk to the Fantastic Four. It's like, what?
Oh yeah. How many kids a week come asking, with some made up story? Yeah. And the waiting line.
Interdimensional is Fantastic Four's job, anyways. Like,
Yeah, no,
we're
but
the
it's funny
Avengers.
because
We're local.
he's right though. At that
No,
time,
he
that's not what
is.
they did. And I mean, Leo, go back for a second.
Yeah.
Go. No, Leo.
Here.
We're back.
More. No, forward.
Forward.
You said
forward.
he said back. He said back. You said
Up,
back.
down, down,
Get to the
left,
Galactus
right,
part.
left, right, A, B.
Right.
Galactus.
Select. Start.
One more. Oh my God.
Enough said. One back. Two back.
My God.
Is this what you
Leo.
want, Drew?
No, the other one. The
Two
one
back.
with the one before I
One
hunger.
more. One more.
There
That
you go.
one.
Oh, okay.
Look at that. How I'm sorry. That would be an awesome cover photo. That's
can
just what I
even
think.
hear
Like, look at that. Like,
I hunger.
it's just, yeah, exactly. And then you can just hear that booming Galactus, like, I hunger.
I might chase the snakes away, Leo.
Oh, fuck yeah.
God
Snakes are gone.
The snakes fear Galactus. It is their natural predator. But on top of it, again, the kid also had every fan's dream. Okay, he got to say "Avengers Assemble" to the actual Avengers. Like, how crazy is that?
Yeah, dude,
and then
that was totally moving too. Like, it was.
Yeah.
Drew, did your seat
and then
sink? We only see
What?
half your face. Now I only see your forehead. There you go.
Sorry,
Thank
I
you.
got really passionate, so I think I moved my camera. But it's just, again, it's so great. And then on top, like, look at that.
That's
That is
beautiful,
just,
yeah.
and those are all the characters as they are in the 80s. Like Storm with the mohawk. You've
I love
got
how
Jessica.
big they made the thing.
No, Julia Carpenter, the second Spider-Woman. You've got Photon, Human Torch, Colossus,
Classic Iron Man armor.
You got the Dave Cockrum, Cyclops, and Wolverine, the brown costume. You've got still older Iron Man. You've got the Fantastic Fours there. You got the classic Hawkeye. It's just, oh my God, it's so good.
Captain Marvel. What are they going to call her in the DC Plus? What are they going to call that version of Captain Marvel? Photon?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
That was one
I
of her
completely
later
forgot.
names,
Yeah, Photon.
Well, I mean, we'll probably find out what is the Marvels movie, right? Marvels.
I don't think that's till next year.
Yeah.
Oh,
The Marvels
look at
is
that.
coming out.
Yeah.
That's going to be Ms. Marvel, Captain Marvel, and Photon, or whatever that version of Captain Marvel is going to be called.
Jesus Christ.
But I will say this, though. I loved the villain. I thought that reveal was great. I don't want to spoil it for anybody because we've already talked about so much of this. I really hope you guys will still sit and read the book. The ending was fantastic.
Yeah. For me,
and
in the moment that I'm in, like, dude, that was so moving.
Yeah, it really was. And these are nice. These are the
Oh yeah, well, I have this at the end of my book.
Well, is this the hardcover, Leo?
I think so.
Nice. Okay, keep going. It's yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Nice. So cool. There are some moments where I wouldn't mind saving up for. I would gladly buy certain pages of a Marvel comic if I could.
I would love to buy
Yeah, I don't know.
Would you love to buy, Jeremy? I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
I would love to buy
a page. Oh man, to have a page out of I don't know. It would definitely have to be a book that like meant something to me to spend that kind of money. Like, because today you're not going to find a page for cheaper than like $1,000 or so.
Really?
I don't think.
I would.
If
let's
it's
see.
going to
If
have
I,
main
if I
characters on it and stuff.
if I found a decently priced page of any of the Starman comics, I would buy it, hands down. I would just shut up and take this money. But let's see. But yeah, so bringing it in, Marvel 1985. It's a beautiful love letter to any Marvel fan. You didn't have to literally be reading Marvel Secret Wars in 1985 to appreciate it. It's a great story. It's dated, but it doesn't feel that way. It's a kind of timeless thing.
Yeah,
And
I think really
you know,
any kid today would fit right in. Like they would
absolutely
understand.
And
Like
I will
it's
say
a
this.
universal storyline for sure.
It is. And I will say this. I would love to see this as an animated movie versus a real one.
that would be cool. Like, yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Because I feel like you'd be able to do things like the difference of the style, like the difference of the real world, the
Yeah,
Marvel
Disney
world.
Plus needs to get on that.
Because like I'm sorry, like it's just so good. And if I ever am in a position of power where I could announce projects, I would just be like, bam, let's do this.
Yeah.
Like,
so boys, if we had to rate this bad boy, what do you think there, Leo?
Oh, I'm gonna give this a solid 4.75.
Ooh, high.
I really enjoyed it. This Drew, this was an awesome pick. I love it.
Jeremy, what
I
about
get
you?
to be on another show. Yay!
As biased as hell because of my own situation, I'm going with Leo. It's like a 4.75, 4.8. I started off kind of like I'm not sure. Like when you see the Hulk, I think it was more of like where the dad was collecting comics at the time that the kid got his vision of each character. Like his vision of the Hulk was the original Hulk from like back in the day, like the original like good like
Smarter
fucking
Hulk.
really big, but it was also Gray Hulk because he had a brain. So like it's very confusing, but like also because like the kid sold all his comic books. But I'm going on a rabbit hole as well right now, and yeah, so 4.75.
Okay, Rich.
Well, I am gonna go mostly because I'm a really tough rater, but I'm gonna say at 4.65. But Jeremy,
Damn.
by the way, back in the 80s, there was a point where Banner was the host after they split him and then brought him back. Banner was in control, and they even had a parade for him in New York City, kind of forgiving him, the president forgiving him for his past sins while Banner was in control. I think John Byrne was drawing that at the time.
Yeah, he was. This was before they did like the Nerd Hulk moment, you know. So,
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm gonna stick with Jeremy and Leo's rating 4.75. I mean, again, I'm also I'm a bit more enthusiastic about it, but I'm also a harsh critic, so I very rarely will give a 5 unless it's just. This is really one of the better books that I feel just gets slept on, and honestly, I love telling people about it because it's a real love letter, not just to Marvel and the 80s, but just how every comic fan started out is just a kid who wanted to escape into a different world. And it's wholesome, it's fun. And I stick to what I said. I really would love to see this as an animated film sometime in the future because I think a lot of people would really enjoy it. So, and Leo wanted to share that. Okay.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to. This is the art of Atari. So I just wanted to share some of the artwork where it's
I see what you mean now.
Yeah,
it's got that rough but detailed style. Yeah,
and it doesn't hurt that Leo is currently totally interested in vintage games.
Yep.
Yeah, look at that. Like, look at that beauty, the magic there. Look at that. That's really cool.
Yeah. The art was something else back then. But I did actually, just to geek out for a second.
What did we get this week? Frogger.
I remember
that
very
that
distinctly
case.
playing that.
I have Donkey Kong Jr. is on the way, and the original Donkey Kong is on the way.
Oh boy,
Leo, my dad had a tabletop version of it. Was like a ripoff of Donkey Kong. It was called Congo Bongo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was great, man. I used to play that again and again and again.
So you could become the king of Congo Bongo.
Yeah, Congo Bongo master.
Oh my god.
King of Kong.
All right.
I was there.
On that note.
On that note, everyone, thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Leo, do the sign off.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody for watching this fine evening or listening. Definitely check the show notes up above or down below, depending on where you're watching or listening to us. Check out Marvel 1985. We urge you, you heard it here first, 15 years too late. But definitely worth checking out. Definitely, check out your local comic shop. They probably have a copy. And for me, just Google Leo Pond. I run a little thing called The Dorkening. Just head on over to thedorkening.com, which you can find all the shows on a network, about 40 shows. There's a lot of awesome people doing a lot of awesome stuff. All the latest episodes you can find right there. And Jar Jar.
Hey, come check me out on Facebook at Jeremy Courtney and Comic Book Lovers Buy, Sell, Trade, and Auction. And hopefully I'll have great news by this time next Tuesday.
Awesome. Drew.
Oh, yeah, I'm Drew. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. These schmucks will probably repeat what my titles are there. I do things here. I do things there. I'm still sleeping everywhere. And there was no Bowling for Soup references beyond what I said before. So 1985.
You made a Bowling for Soup reference?
Whatever, Leo. Roll credits.
Velvet Joker.
Hey guys, so Velvet Joker here. You know me as Rich Davis on Facebook. We are here every Tuesday on the award-winning Splash Pages of Comic Book Club, which I'm very proud of. We cannot wait to get to Terrificon this summer to promote the hell out of us and the Dorkening Podcast Network. What else? You can find me on Instagram, Velvet Joker 2021. And if you watch us on YouTube, smash that like and make sure you subscribe. So that you always get the indication of when we drop another video.
Which happens every Tuesday at 8 o'clock.
Smash that like.
Smash that like.
Do twists 3 times in a row and then smash that like button.
And
smash it like the Hulk.
Love it. What was that, Drew? What was that?
Whoa.
Smash it like the Hulk. Smash it like the Hulk, yo.
Love it. We'll catch you guys later.
All right, guys. See you next week.
Deuces.